Logic says Tampa Bay. I mean, you lost Tre'Davious White in the secondary to that knee injury. That's a huge loss to secondary, especially with the potent weapons that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have on offense with, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Gronk, Antonio Brown's not going to be here. He's probably going to be cut by the time he's riding out this 3-game suspension. But like Scotty Miller is probably going to have a okay day appearance and Johnson and whatnot, and he is a decent tackler in the run defense as well too. So you're going to have Leonard Fournette getting his, and I think this is going to be somewhat of a high scoring game just because of the secondary for Tampa Bay. I mean, they're still they're on the mend, but I don't think it's really anything that should scare anybody. So I think Josh Allen is going to have potential to air it out and get on the same page with Stephon Diggs and Emmanuel Sanders. And I think they're going to try to feature Dawson Knox to shake off the drops that he had last night against the Pats on Monday Night Football. But, I mean, logic-wise here, it's Tampa. They're at home. They're kind of cruising. I think if they win this game and maybe one or two other teams lose, they already clinch a playoff berth. Logic says Tampa Bay. I'll be the contrarian here. I guess this is going to be like my Pickett's charge. I'm going to take Buffalo to cover the 3 and to squeak out a win last minute and to keep their season on life support at this point. Because, like you said, Jay, if they don't win, it's almost a wrap, and the tiebreakers don't fall in their favor. So this is going to be the Bills' last stand, and that's kind of where I'm at with this team.
Yeah, and I'll go real quick, Bart, before you jump in. I think I'm going to go with the Buccaneers to win as well, just because the Buccaneers are starting to round into form as well as they were last year at this time. You saw a couple of weeks ago, they were starting to win in different ways now. Before, early in the year, it was just Tom Brady throw a million times and they'll win that way. But a couple of weeks ago against the Colts, they ran the ball like crazy. They pulled a Jonathan Taylor on the Colts. Leonard Fournette had 4 touchdowns, and it was a ground and pound attack. Last week, they were indoors. It was a dome, so they just threw the ball all over a yard, and Tom Brady threw up 386 yards and 4 touchdowns. So I think the Buccaneers are going to win this. The weather's supposed to be nice. It's 72 degrees. No 50-mile-per-hour wind. It's going to be nice and cool down there. So I do expect Josh Allen and the Bills to get back on track with their passing attack and score some points. But ultimately, I just think where this Bucs team is going with that defense and some of the players coming back off of injuries, I think this Buccaneers team is starting around in form and just might be too much for the Bills.
Jay, you kind of hit it on the head there with where I was going with this. I think that the Bills are reeling right now. The last thing they want to see after seeing Bill Belichick come in and run all over them is to see the guy who's had unbelievable success against them over the course of his career.
32-3 in 20 years.
That's exactly. And, like you, I think the Buccaneers are rounding a bit into form. Gronk seems healthy, had himself a day last week. Look, there's nothing that the Bills have shown me pretty much since they beat Kansas City that makes me think that they can go into Tampa Bay and beat Tom Brady. It's the 1 week of the year that you're going to see me toss around Bruce Arians GIFs in the Twitter chat.
Let's go, BA, legend.
I'm going to be all on the Bruce Arians train this week. It is a little bit of a must-win game for the Buffalo Bills if they have want to have a real shot at least not avoiding that 7 seed. And the Buffalo Bills in 2 weeks are going to be massive New England Patriot fans as they travel to play the Indianapolis Colts. So. The Bills kind of lost their control of their own destiny a little bit here, at least in terms of the division. They may squeak into the playoffs is like a 7 seed based on the teams that they're going up against, the Steelers, the Browns, that kind of cream of the crop. But I'm with you, Jay. I'm with the Bucs here. I think the current spread was Bucs favored by 3.5 last time I looked. I'm taking the Bucs to win outright. I do believe, like you said, Jay, it will be a little bit of a shootout, but I'm not betting against Tom Brady, playing against the Buffalo Bills. He absolutely owns that franchise, and I expect that to continue, next week. I'll be glued to the TV for that game as well. My boy Parker Puma, you're going to be very happy. He was really having a hard time picking this game. He liked to grab both the little snacks we put on both cards, and he grabbed both of them, and it was like he had them both up to his mouth, and he slipped the Bills one in first. So he's going with the Bills, but this is the one I'm picking against my little guy on this one. Hopefully, he doesn't make me pay for it. Buccaneers are going to win this game. Parker goes Bills.
Let's go, BA. Let's get the Kango caps going.
Bruce Arians, let's go.
I feel bad for BA because he was limping the other day, and they asked him what was wrong with him, and he said he has an inflamed Achilles because he was just running and trying to get into shape.
Wow.
He's also a 70-year-old guy.
It looks like he's a guy that wakes up and pounds a couple of whiskeys, and then he goes to work, and he's out there.
Yeah, he's not a Pabst Blue Ribbon guy. That's straight whiskey first thing in the morning.
Look at that bird. Look at what has happened. I'm saying Belichick's a genius. We're agreeing on BA. What a wonderful time.
Like I said, it's the 1 week for me. 1 week, you're going to get it out of me.
Next thing you know, maybe peace will be solved in the Middle East. Stay tuned.